Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where I'm once again joined by the channel DJ out here in this Scottish wilderness, and we're currently at Glenisla, and there's a cool new loch that we've never seen before on the channel, and so we're going to go and take a look at it. It's called Auchentaple Loch, but I thought I would just start the video here because look, there's a little frog. Look at it.
So tiny.
Little tiny frog, like, no joke, it's like 15 centimetres.
The size of your thumbnail.
No, not 15 centimetres. 15 millimetres. Oh wow, it's so cool. It probably doesn't come out
so
too
close
well.
To standing on it. Hey, I just seen something move.
Wow, what a cool start. That shows you a bit of nature out here in this magical wilderness, folks. And like, we can see the loch in the distance, so yeah, it's a cool mission, a cool walk. It is kind of drizzle out here now, but it's not actually too bad, folks, at the moment.
It's alright.
It's not as bad as when we went to the haunted house a few videos ago when we got soaked in the rain. Look at this, out on the hill, folks, there's these three like horses just chilling, chawing up some heather and grass, whatever they're eating. Yeah, anyway, on with this adventure. This is it, folks, this is real adventures on the channel. We're pushing through this wood now because I can see the overflow for Auchentaple Loch, which is just along here.
Right.
Look at this, folks. Auchentaple Loch. It just looks absolutely majestic out here with the boathouse and that at the other side of the water. So cool to come and video this on an episode because I don't even care if anyone's been here to make a video. Look at this, the landscape with these trees and the mossy grass below them. It's so cool. Looks like there's fish louping in there.
What's it called? What?
Auchentaple.
Auchentaple.
Yeah. What a scene. That is a photograph right there. This is a real adventure into a crazy landscape, folks. So cool, like this must be the little overflow at this corner of the loch. I don't know if there's anything else further around, we're about to find out. But I think there's a little bridge kind of bit down here we can cross at, so yeah, it's super cool. It's always exciting exploring a new area because you never know what's around the corner. This looks like people have been camping here at some point.
Yeah.
This forest here has got a bit of character. Here, maybe this is no a bridge. Yeah, this is maybe no a bridge down here. It's maybe like an overflow.
There's a path goes here.
Yeah. Look at this, folks, the stony land of Glenisla here. What a scene. It's a private estate loch, folks, so there's no fishing up here. But look, this is actually the dam wall at this end. This is the cool bit of the loch. And I think our path leads right over the top of here. And this place has got so much character, like, with the trees and, yeah, just the whole scene around the place like this. And just think how long ago, probably a long time ago, all this stuff was built up here, making this old loch. It'll be used for estate fishing and shooting and whatever else they do on these Scottish estates nowadays. The water's so calm today, it's a real treat. I think most days you come out here it'll just be real like heavy, kind of like winds, and
Yeah.
you can see how the stones disappeared and the water's so clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one loch, somebody told me there was a kirk buried in the middle of it. I'm not sure if it's this one. I think it might be, I can't remember the full history. We've looked at so much in this adventure. But I do remember getting told the water was crystal clear, and I can actually see that there. I'm not sure if there's pipes with like an overflow, but can you hear it running down there?
Yeah, it's coming.
The bit we saw.
Yeah, it's.
Aye, that's the overflow that we initially saw, folks. Check this out though, this is the old wall.
It's not really stagnant water either, eh? So you can.
Yeah, it's good fresh water. This is such a cool bit here, folks. You can see how much this has been built up from the normal height of the glen here. And yeah, it's such a cool place to come for an adventure. I don't think it's ever been put on a, like, I don't know anybody that's been here on a YouTube video recently, like, so here we are, documenting it on the channel. We'll look at all sorts of history on this channel, from like abandoned houses or military items all the way to like old dams and stuff like this, like hidden in the middle of the Scottish wilderness. Can hardly any people see this apart from like maybe the odd hill walker and stuff that comes round this way. And yeah, it's
right in the middle of the mountains.
it's like walking about in a postcard. The water's so still, there's some sort of plant growing there on top of the water. Whoa, did you see that fish jumping? What? That was ferocious. That was a massive fish. I don't even know how well that came out on the camera. That's crazy, yeah. Because you can't really see them, but it must have been right near the surface and it saw us and just away it went. That was a big fish. Because it displaced a lot of water. Oh look, you can hear water running away down there.
Yeah, under the rock.
I wonder if they've put more rocks there at one time to try and help it.
Yeah.
That's like bedrock.
Yeah.
Wow. Serious, like, strange land around here. I can see the 3 horses in the distance up there.
Yep.
Wow. Sometimes when you look along one of these overflows, you can actually see there's a curve in it as it's like started to fall away, but this one looks in really good condition.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's proper still strong and standing up straight. There'll probably be fish there just everywhere in this loch. After seeing that one jumping like that, it'll be a good healthy loch for a good fish. Look at this, folks, this is crazy. There's a dead fish here, but it's absolutely massive. Well, it's pretty big. This will be the size of the sort of fish that jumped near us back there. Hey, that's big, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like it's been floating about a day or two. What type of fish is that? I don't think it's a pike.
No.
Or is it a pike?
It's no trout either.
It could be a pike. Wonder if it's been caught and then thrown back and it's dead. Or it might have just died. It's maybe ailed. Just shows though, they're big fish. Look how still this water is, folks. That fish has hardly moved since the time we've been here. Probably if it was like out of the water, it'd be absolutely stinking.
Yeah.
Rotten fish. The water just looks so appealing here, though, and beautiful. Wow, it's cool to see that the fish are that big as well. Yeah. That's some impressive fish in that loch right there, folks. But then, of course, it's like an ideal area for them. The water looks so good. Oh look, there's a fish here. Wonder if a bird or something's taking a fish out of the water. Dead fish, way up here. That's crazy. Oh, I just got a bit of a whiff of something. I think that could have been the fish. Did you smell it?
No,
Look at these old poles. Anyway, folks, we're carrying on this adventure around this loch. So that's us rounding the corner now, away from the Auchentaple Loch, folks. And it's been so cool to video that and show it for the first time ever on my channel. And look at this view that we're greeted with once we come round the corner. Wow. We're going to walk down this like forest road. Well, it would have been a forest road a few years ago probably. It's now just a road. But like, that takes us back down to the main road of Glenisla. And then my car's parked down at the old mill. So yeah, what an actual scene that is across Glenisla. Look at this, folks, for a landscape. We've literally just come down off the hill here. And look, we're now higher in the glen than Forter Castle, which is a big castle here in the glen, which at one time got like burnt down and stuff by the Campbell clan back in the old days of the Scottish clan wars and stuff. But recently it's been restored, Forter Castle. Now it's a proper castle. So yeah, now we can see it as well. So yeah, this adventure's just going, folks. Look at us, we're up here on the hill and we had no idea like where we were in the glen until now. But yeah, we can see the River Isla here meandering its way down the glen, for like Auchavain and the Tulchan and onto Glen Shee over those beautiful mountains right there. And what a scene with the low cloud just hanging there in the valleys. It's a true Scottish wild scene, folks, in Glenisla. It's so cool to come on these adventures, and we're always seeing new things. Look at this, folks. This is unexplained. I've never seen this before in my life. But it looks like a sinkhole is just like opening up here in the path.
Can I take this?
What is going on with that? That's not been dug out. Look!
Look, yeah, look, it goes right under
This,
you.
folks.
It goes right under you.
There's a sinkhole here in Glenisla, folks. That is crazy. This road's ready to drop. Wow. I've never seen a sinkhole in my life, folks. There we go. Look at this, folks. There's hares running out everywhere around here. Look at this, folks. An interesting bit of history, or it's maybe still currently used, but there's like a weather station down here. And this like interesting, look, the fence is totally down here. But there's this interesting little room. And I remember years ago I looked in this window and there was like gauges and stuff and measuring devices, and apparently back here in the 1950s there was like wood over the top of this river down here. Yeah, there used to be wooden beams there and you could actually walk right across the other side. Because apparently at one time they were measuring the river here with the views of making another dam, a bit like backwater dam. So they measured how much water was coming down the River Isla at this point. But you can see the different heights and stuff like that. And that's like when the river's high, it'll be going over all of them. But I'm not sure how they gauge it. It's quite an interesting little building. It's just built right on the edge of there. Similar to what we see up like Loch Lee and places like that. It'll be run by Scottish Water. This window is actually a solar panel. But you can just imagine around here, like it would be cool to get across to that. Real history, folks. Back in the 50s you were able to walk to that stuff, no bother. Over like the wooden beams, but it's probably like got rotten over the years or dangerous. Yeah, there we go, folks. Just another little stop on our interesting little walk here. And then look, there's real deal like weather station equipment here that we're not going to touch because we didn't want to interrupt any of the proper goings on here. We're just literally documenting interesting stuff like that. And yeah, it's a cool adventure. And all that gauges and stuff in there as well. That's probably been fitted a long time ago, maybe 1960s or 1970s, around the time of the backwater dam, when Scottish Water were doing a lot in this area for the Angus and Dundee water supply. Anyway, folks, let's head on out of here. Look at this, folks, the old sign right there. I think the Glen Shee one's facing the wrong direction, to be honest with you. And then another cool thing that you don't see much of now in Scotland, one of these old telephone boxes.
Still a phone box.
Wow, most of these have been converted now or just emptied. Look at this, folks, this is real deal Scottish history right here. Old phone box. See, these have been on the go since in the 1960s and that. You see these. Oh, there's a wasp bike in here.
Yep.
So cool, folks. The real British phone box. It is cool to keep videoing all this. Because I didn't even remember there was a little phone box. And look where it is way out here. If you broke down, you come here and, like, the locals would have had to come here and use the phone. I think this is the old school house here, the big house. So the little house behind the phone box and the post box used to actually be the little post office house back in the olden days. And then the other big house next to it was the school. But yeah, now it's all just people's houses. This boy's got an old vintage tractor in his garden. It's so cool to see all that up in these wild Scottish glens right here. The house I used to live in is actually located down here as well. The landscape's so cool up here, folks. Literally these houses are just at the edge of the hill. And I'm sure when the rain used to come on, like when I was little, the water used to come running through our garden shed. There's an old grey Fergie in that garden too. It's cool to see the old tractors still getting used for stuff like firewood. Yeah. Right folks, we're almost back down at the mill here in the glen, and yeah, we've seen some cool stuff in this adventure. It's cool to see Mount Blair disappearing up into the clouds there. It's such a massive mountain in this area. But yeah, it's been a cool adventure. I'm going to end it here. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye for me, goodbye for the channel DJ, and we'll be back very soon with the next adventure. So tune in folks.